Hi, I'm Hannah and welcome to my little corner of the internet where I like to talk about books. Last year I read a total of 147 books and I am well on my way to hitting 150 books for the year of 2026. Of course, one of the most exciting things about being a reader is looking forward to new releases. So today's video is all about exciting, swoon-worthy romances that I'm really excited for in the month of February. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more bookish content. Now let's get into today's video. All of these romances that I'm about to talk through are from authors that I've read from before, so I know that they're tried and true for me. Also, all of these are going to be released on Kindle Unlimited. I primarily read on my Kindle. This is my bookshelf behind me, and as you can see, it's not very well stocked. That is because I suffer from chronic mood reading. And as a chronic mood reader, nothing gets me better than Kindle Unlimited because I can simply not have the fear of missing out on any and all of the books. So I'm gonna go in chronological order and kind of talk through each of these romances that I'm really excited for. The first of which is going to be An Unconventional Lady by Sarah E. Ladd. Sarah E. Ladd, I've read, probably close to 4 different books by her at this point, and I've listened to every single one of them on audiobook. But this is a book that I am excited for to read on my Kindle. If you're not familiar with Sarah E. Ladd, she typically does Regency romances with a component of slow burn mysteries or some kind of mystery element woven into the plot. For me, I love a mystery, including those that are a little bit more on the Regency side. I think this is a really fun genre mashup, and her writing does a really good job with marrying these two genre points together. Sarah E. Ladd is also a Christian fiction author, so I would generally say that her Regency romances would be appropriate for younger audiences, including high school kids or even middle school. There's typically only kisses only. You don't have to worry about closed door scenes or fade to black scenes with any of her books. There's hardly any spice. If there's any spice, it's literally just kissing on the page. So I think these are perfect for any and all age groups. I greatly enjoy her books. My favorite of hers that I've listened to is Letter from Briarton Park. This is following a woman who does not know who her parents are, and she gets a very mysterious letter about an inheritance. So she goes as a governess to work for this home in this country estate. And while she's there, she ends up learning about her past. She ends up meeting this man. A lot of times in Sarah E. Ladd's romances, the woman, the main heroine in the story, comes from a lesser than background, and then the male main character tends to be from more of a wealthy standing. So it's very cute. It's very wholesome. Her books have typically no cursing involved with them. And it's from a time period in England that I can't get enough of. I find her books to be so intriguing and just all around wholesome and good and very swoon-worthy types of romances. I'm gonna talk through the overall description for An Unconventional Lady. I have it up on my little handy dandy laptop right here. I think the background for this book sounds really intriguing. This might be one of my favorites of Sarah E. Ladd's. This book does come out on February 10th. So the description reads that Ella Wilde is no ordinary young woman. Outspoken, curious, and fiercely independent, she grew up in a world of natural philosophy, encouraged by her scientist parents to question everything. But when her mother dies mysteriously while studying phrenology in Austria, Ella is left with more questions than answers, especially when a study is released claiming that a phrenologic examination of Ella's mother prior to her death indicated a mental instability, calling into question what really happened that night of her death. Years later, at a scientific symposium hosted by her father's school and focused on phrenology, Ella seizes a chance to clear her mother's name, debunk phrenology as a pseudoscience. Gabriel Rowe, as a barrister with his own mission, tasked with finding a runaway girl linked to the same phrenologist who was speaking in the symposium, Gabriel's path leads him back to Keatley Hall and to Ella, his childhood friend. As the symposium unfolds, Ella and Gabriel must join forces to expose the phrenologist's fraud. With the audience enamored with the charlatan's charm and stakes rising, they must navigate a web of deceit and danger. When the missing girl is found and the phrenologist vanishes from the symposium funds, Ella and Gabriel embark on a thrilling journey to reclaim their reputations and discover the love of acceptance that they've been seeking. See, this just sounds so cute. It's got elements of childhood friends to something more. We're looking into this girl's past. There's also, again, typical of Sarah E. Ladd books is this element of some type of mystery aspect woven into the story that brings the characters together. I literally have no idea what a phrenologist means, so I'm gonna Google that really quickly. Oh, interesting. It is a type of pseudoscience that infers human characteristics based on the shape of the skull. Very different than what I would expect from a Sarah E. Ladd book, but nonetheless, I am looking forward to reading this. They are clean, sweet romances, and I think this is one that is going to be great to pick up for the month of February. The next author's book that I'm really excited for is by none other than Melissa Ferguson. If you're not familiar with Melissa Ferguson, she does contemporary rom-coms. Her books are absolutely hysterical. I recently read Meet Me in the Margins and I rated this 4 stars. I tried listening to it on audiobook, but I ended up picking up a copy and reading it on my Kindle. I think the fast-paced nature of the story was just better like seen on the page than listened to an audiobook narration. Meet Me in the Margins is hilarious. It's following this woman that is an aspiring author. She wants to write a romance book and she is a literary agent at this firm in Nashville. While she is there, she is writing on her manuscript and like editing it, and she ends up leaving it in this like supply closet area. And so there's this person that stumbles upon her manuscript and begins to like write commentary notes, like editor notes in the margins of the book. So it's very much similar to You've Got Mail, where they're like pen pals back and forth to each other. They leave each other little notes, which is like super cute. Again, Melissa Ferguson is typically a clean romance author. You're not going to see any like fade to black scenes. It's typically just like kisses only. So if this is a book that you also want to like pick up and maybe one of your kiddos also wants to read it, this would probably be like an appropriate author for them as well if they want to read a romance book. So Melissa Ferguson's upcoming release comes out on February 17th. This is also going to be released on Kindle Unlimited. And I'm going to go ahead and read you the description for this book. And I think this one I might love the most out of all 3 that I'm recommending in this video. Her book is called Without a Clue, and the description says that when a mystery writer mysteriously dies on a cruise filled with rabid fans, his protege and personal assistant teams up with a rugged cowboy and fellow writer to crack the case. 1 part only murders in the building, 1 part book lovers, and a whole lot of laughs. Without a Clue will keep readers guessing and swooning until the very end. This just sounds right up my alley. Again, I keep picking these romances that have a little bit of a mystery element to them because my predominant genre that I mainly read from is mystery thrillers. Anytime there's a little bit of a mystery thrown in with a romance, I immediately am intrigued. And for this one, I absolutely love her rom-com style. I know this is going to be quirky, it's going to be funny. Looks like it's going to be on like a cruise ship type setting, which is really fun, especially as we heading into like those spring months as well. This one I have high hopes for. I don't know if this is going to be 5-star prediction. Keep me at my word here, but I do believe that this is going to be like a highly rated book by me. The last book that is releasing in February that I'm really excited for on Kindle Unlimited is by Cindy Steele, and this is called The Cowboy's Game. Cindy Steele is a new to me author. I read one of her Christmas romances called Faking Christmas in December timeframe with one of my friends. We did a buddy read together. All of Cindy Steele's books are on Kindle Unlimited if you decide to pick up one of her books. And she is also a clean romance author. Her books, again, are kind of similar to Melissa Ferguson in the sense that they are more rom-com heavy, more contemporary romance leaning books. She does tend to have a little bit more, I would say, like cliche types of tropes as opposed to like a Melissa Ferguson, but they're still really fun, and I had a great time reading Faking Christmas. That was a 5-star read for me. I thought it was absolutely hysterical, and that book focused on like a fake dating trope, which is one of my all-time favorite tropes in a romance book. So this book that's coming out on February 17th is called The Cowboy's Game, and I'm going to go ahead and read the description for you. So, Jake Evans knows a thing or two about heartbreak. Recently divorced and raising his 4-year-old daughter on his own, the cowboy has sworn off women for good. When a job opens up at a dude ranch in his hometown, he comes running, emotional baggage in tow. An unexpected bonus, spending the summer with his childhood best friend. Shelby Tucker was always better at sinking 3-pointers than navigating relationships. With a promising new job on the horizon, her life needs a change. She's determined to stop sitting on the sidelines when life happens all around her. First thing to tackle, dating. But after one too many cringeworthy moments, Shelby turns to the one person she trusts completely. Jake reluctantly agrees to coach Shelby through the dating world, certain his heart is safe where it is. Soon they're back to old routines, placing bets, shooting hoops, and putting Jake's strategies into play. Except this time, every touch lingers. What once felt safe now feels dangerous, and the line between practice and something real is blurring fast. This, I think, is also going to be very similar to the Sarah E. Ladd book, where it was like childhood's friends to something more. This just has more, obviously, of like a contemporary twist to it, especially with some sports components and the fact that the main male character is a cowboy on a dude ranch. This is gonna be like super fun and cute. I'm excited that this one comes out a little bit closer to Valentine's Day, so I think this one will be a really good one to kind of round out my February and sprinkle in with some of the more like mystery thriller books I plan on reading for this month. That concludes today's video. Thank you guys so much for stopping by my little corner of the internet. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more bookish content. And drop a comment down below of some of the swoon-worthy romances you're excited for reading for in the month of February. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!